Morning everyone, welcome to Saturday Kitchen. Vicky's asked me to show her how to do my vegan banana bread. It's so easy, takes 10 minutes, 40 minutes in the oven, done and dusted. This is my tiny little kitchen. I've got a little off-grid lorry in the woods, so excuse the clutter, but it's quite a capable kitchen for a 7.5 ton horse truck. The ingredients: 3 large black bananas. I've got more than 3, but that's the perfect bananas. 75 millilitres of vegetable oil, 100 grams of brown sugar, 225 grams of plain flour, a heaped teaspoon of baking powder, and a little bit of spice if you want to add that to it. So initially we just have to crush up, it says 3 large black bananas, I'll probably just chuck in 4 to get the flavour. One handy bin. I was a capable chef many moons ago. I did 15 years in the army, catering and doing my bit out in Afghanistan and Iraq, and also a fair bit of functions for the royal family, so apparently I can still cook, but the proof's in the pudding.
Well, what was the most people that you catered for then?
15,000 in, was it 15,000? Yeah, 15,000 in Afghanistan. I hated it. It was horrible.
That was really hot.
Yeah, in the kitchen it got up to, I think it was about 60 odd degrees in the kitchen, because it was 50 degrees outside, and then obviously with the ovens it was about 60. In fact, it was up to 72 one time. And I melted. Used to lose 4 stone every time I went there. That was a good side about it. So I've added from a little spice rack, some ground ginger, about 1/4 teaspoon, and probably about 1/2 teaspoon of sweet cinnamon. That's in with the 75 millilitres of vegetable oil, and you just mash that up, and that basically becomes your sponge mix. It's a very basic sponge mix. Next you add 225 grams of plain flour. Now again, in my little lorry life I haven't got 225, but I know that's a kilo, so I'm just going to guess it and wing it. So 225, so it's probably about,
If it's a new bag of flour, you can squeeze the bag in half,
which will be 500 grams,
and then squeeze that half into half,
250 grams, so
and then you can just keep squeezing till you get the right approximate amount.
So I reckon that's about right.
Be these measurements. It just shows that you don't have to have scales, and
you do for some baking, but this one's such a simple recipe that I don't think.
And if you've got limited, kitchen space and things, those are the sort of recipes you're going to use, aren't they?
And again, these are perfect if you live on a boat or in a caravan, or you're on the road.
Yeah.
On caravan holidays, or you live in a camper van, or you like to travel around. It's so quick and easy. Yes, okay, you do need a small oven, but it's easy peasy. I'm going to add a little. I think I've added too much flour, so I'm going to add a little slosh more oil, just so it's not too heavy, because we've got to eat this afterwards.
I'm looking forward to it.
So that's that. So that's the consistency. It's basically like a sponge mix, really, and that's just bananas, oil and flour. Next thing is 100 grams of sugar. So again, guesstimation, because I don't weigh bugger all. That's about 75, a bit more. I reckon that's about 100 grams of sugar.
Does the sugar matter? Because that's just adding sweetness, isn't it?
Yes. So you can use honey or maple syrup. I've got a really nice maple syrup that I might put a slosh in.
That's flavour then, isn't it?
Yeah, and it just adds that sweetness really. Because I think as it cooks, and I have done it once before with not as much sugar basically because I didn't have any, and it did bake a little bit more bitter.
Okay.
There's something in the baking process that makes it a little bit bitter. So for additional sweetener, and this is just me, it's not in the recipe, I like to put a bit of orange zest.
Oh, that's a really nice idea.
It just adds a little, it kind of gives it that carrot cake texture. You know, where you just see those little flecks of orange in it, sort of thing. And again, orange and bananas go well together anyway, so it suits me. Onto the piggies. And I think that's it. Oh, teaspoon of baking powder. This is the magic ingredient.
Well, actually, baking powder can be a bit bitter, can't it? So the sugar will help there.
That sort of thing. So it says 3 heaped teaspoons, but I'm using self-raising flour, so I'm going to go for 1.5. Luna, please stop grumbling. She doesn't approve of my cooking.
She tasted it.
Yes. Oh, she approves of that. Give that a good mix. Make sure that baking powder's in. Give it a taste, because there's no raw eggs. I might just add a little bit more sugar. And again, you can change this to your personal preferences anyway. You know, you can put cocoa powder in it or anything like that.
Could you put raisins in it?
Raisins would be nice. I've done it with carrot, grated carrot as well. It's really nice with grated carrot. But I have learned that the banana gives it that consistency. So then, aligned. So I've just rubbed margarine around in that, flour margarine, a bit of flour. That then goes into there.
That's quite a big loaf, isn't it?
That's it, in the oven.
Mmm.
The oven's preset to, preheated up to gas mark 7, I think it is on the thingamabob. Gas mark 6. So I'll just knock that down a notch. And then it goes in for 20 minutes at gas mark 6. Then you bring it out and you tin foil it to stop it going too hard on top, and do it for another 20 minutes, and that's it. It's
Right.
that simple.
In it goes.
And that's it.
Lovely.
We come up to cut to a commercial break. To lick the spoon.
To lick the spoon, yeah. I'm
20
going to lick the
minutes.
spoon.
20 minutes in the oven. Bring it out. Tin foil it so it doesn't burn on top. Back in for 20 minutes. Done and dusted. Thank you very
Lovely.
much.
Thank you.